What are we talking about? I don't know.
I
didn't come prepared.
So I was like, BTS whatever.
I've heard of them before.
Risky, wiki, this is an emergency.
We're in the red, that's not good.
Their music is good. Their concepts are good. Their dancing is good.
Awesome now.
We're dumb.
This is what you get.
Welcome to That's Just What I Think.
I'm Bria.
And I'm Kaitlin. Glad to have
our two fans listening.
We're making this for you guys. Thank you for your pre-support.
Yeah.
And welcome to anybody else who might have just wandered in here.
I just don't want to disappoint Karen.
You know, we're trying our best for you. Quick disclaimer, we don't care about facts. I mean, we'll talk about them, but sometimes we don't know things. Like, I don't know how to say a tease.
A tease? A tease?
Maybe. You know, if you want to tell us, please just do it nicely. That's all we ask.
Yeah, I kind of just read letters the best I can. Whatever word comes out of my mouth is the word that comes out of my mouth.
It's called phonics.
It's on phonics.
So yeah, if we ever get anything wrong, just assume it's because we're ignorant, like me, because I've only been into K-pop for 8 months now, or we're American.
Also, if I'm wrong, it's just because I'm wrong. I don't have any excuses. I don't do research.
Yeah, I do research. I just don't know how to read. So yeah, keep your comments nice. That'd be great. If you're mean, I might cry.
Yeah, we just like talking about K-pop, and we don't actually believe every single thing that we say. Half of it is jokes, half of it isn't jokes. It's up for you to use your imagination on what we're serious and not serious about. Our tone of voice probably won't change much between the two. It's safe to say if something is just really horrible, it's probably a joke.
We really, look, we have opinions. Some of those opinions are real. Some of them are just because it's funny.
And it makes me laugh.
Yeah. Or, you know, fantasy. It's nice to have things that we can escape to in our heads that make this life worth living.
You're so...
Stop!
You're going to have to censor it? You're going to be like, well, what did she say?
Not Delulu. She didn't say that. I don't know, dude. There's been so much that I wanted to talk to you about, and then I talked to you about it, and I'm wondering why we don't have a mic on at that time. But we're always, like, outside where it's noisy, and we can't be filming a podcast on the go. It would just be ridiculous.
Noise and wind and bad words.
And I don't want to have to carry a microphone. Even then, by the time we start talking about good stuff, or we start being funny, am I going to stop to plug in a microphone? It's already over.
Oh, wait.
Wait a second. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
Zoom. Okay.
Are you just gonna dance? Do we need to pause the podcast so you can
pull out a video camera? Okay. Since we don't know what we're gonna talk about.
No idea.
Let's start with something very, very simple. What's your favorite genre of music outside of K-pop?
Pop.
I know.
That's a setup.
It is a setup. You're a pop girl.
Yeah.
I'm a pop girl. Well, I'm a lot of girls, but it's the freedom of America.
Is America really free?
Oh shit, I take that back. It's not. They're changing laws right now, currently. We can cut that out too.
Don't worry. Just go with the flow. We'll hit a stride at some point.
Because I was thinking, I was like, if they're going to listen to us have a podcast, they should probably listen, kind of get a base of who we are and what we like first. I don't know.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because why else would you listen to strangers? But then, look at Karen. She just heard us, and she didn't know who we were, and she was laughing.
She was just laughing, yeah.
She was just laughing. And then it was just about K-pop, and about stans. Can we talk about the 4 kinds of people that go to K-pop concerts?
Oh, yeah, but then I want you to tell me which one I am.
Okay. Well, it might be more than 4. Who knows?
The 4 that you noticed.
I noticed quite a bit.
We went to 2 different events where K-pop concert was happening.
So it would be really easy to classify, like, okay, you've got your Latina K-poppies, right? But that's not what I'm doing here. You've got your schoolgirls. You're obviously in middle school or high school.
Yeah.
You like horses.
Is horse girl derogatory? Like, do they get offended? Oh, they can only get offended if they do identify as that thing, though, right? Like, what if somebody was like, this is how all horse girls are, and then you have the girls who actually ride horses, like, I don't act like that. But then we're really talking about the girls that, like, go to competitions and gallop with their own 2 feet.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about girls that like to gallop with their own 2 feet.
The ones that turn around and tell you to shut up because the teacher's talking.
I just keep thinking about the girls that were sitting right in front of us, right? Every few seconds, they would screech, I love you! But, like, you know, that was actually kind of cute, what I just did. I didn't manage to strain my voice like they were doing every time. Like, it was a screech, like a pterodactyl screech. And it was often. And they kept waving their bongs around, but, like, in the field of view of my camera, it wasn't like, yeah, like with the beat, like back and forth. It was like as high as they could reach their arm and just wild. I felt like they were in middle school. I've met people like that. They were just fangirling. Maybe I'm just boring.
Yeah.
Am I just boring?
I think that we're getting old, right?
I don't want to talk about that.
No, let me say this. Me and you are getting old. Things are going to be different. I am a hardcore second and third gen stan. I feel old here, right? I feel old. You're much more into fourth gen than me just because of when you got into listening to K-pop.
Right.
I feel like an old lady listening to you talk sometimes. So
Really?
I think at that, yeah.
You're younger than me.
I know, but I feel like at that concert, because like you'll come up to me and you'll say things, and I'm like, Kaitlin, that's normal. And you're like, but no, it isn't. And I'm like, Kaitlin, it's fine. That's the environment. It's cool. It's fine. I feel like I'm an old lady showing you ropes.
I did think you were reading me wrong when I talked about that guy who started dancing. I wasn't trying to be negative about it, but because I had just harshed on the guy with the trumpet, you were ready
I was like,
to
damn,
defend.
she hates everybody here.
That's probably my own, like, look, I'm the only one who likes Twice, right? Enough to, like, be noticed by them. It's that idea that everybody has that, like, I'm special. I was manic. I don't know how to tap into that energy.
Well, okay, because we just saw Twice. We saw Twice. You saw Twice twice.
I saw Twice. I was so excited about it. Look.
We went into, okay, so we saw Twice in Los Angeles, California.
Day 2.
Meaning, oh, we also got our tickets the day they went on sale. So that was like, that's
a miracle.
I feel like that's enough bragging rights in general. I feel like we should be really, really proud of that.
I'm not proud because I'm just sad for all the fans that couldn't get tickets.
Okay. We were all there together. We were all in the battlefield fighting a war to get Twice tickets, right?
Fighting.
We were all there. I would not have been proud of the people that got tickets if I didn't. So I'm not going to lie. Like, it sucks they didn't get tickets, and I understand what they feel because I probably would have died if I didn't. But I'm not a once. I said that to bother you.
I'm just gonna look at you with this judgmental look on my face.
Look, we got our tickets.
What's your favorite Twice song?
Feel Special. That's a lie. Cry for Me.
Who's your bias?
Jungkook.
Who's your bias rocker?
See, all of me wants to say OT8. Dion or Sana. Both. I'll take both. I feel like there's enough members in the group for me to have both.
Okay, what's your favorite choreography?
What do you mean, what's my favorite choreography? Yes or yes?
Folks, this just in. We have a once in the building. She just did the dance.
Yeah, before I said it. I did the dance before I said it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me a once. I can say that for most groups. No, I can't. That's a lie.
No?
I don't have biases in a lot of groups that I like.
Yeah, no. You look at me with a blank face when we talk about Stacy.
Do I really?
You're like, yeah, I like them. And then I'm talking about them, and you're just like, yeah.
But I'm actually listening. I'm being attentive.
Well, no, I know you're not being dismissive.
I like your I like how excited you are when you talk about Stacy.
There's
You started gritting.
Listen, the love I have for Stacy is unmatched. It's a different kind of love than the love I have for Twice and ITZY. Dude, Stacy's just good. It's the same love that I feel for Woo-ah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're both so cute, the groups. I showed them to my mom, and she was like, you're easily entertained. And I was like, thanks.
Oh, dude, stop. 2 months ago, 2 months ago, December, almost 3 months ago when we tried to do this, we were going to talk about our favorite groups and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think we still should.
You think we still should?
Yeah.
I just think we were being so funny in line, not talking about groups. What were we even talking about?
Not a fucking thing. I said,
it was cold as fuck.
I said, thank you for buying me breakfast. And shit like that. And then I complained about how far away the trash can
and
was.
It was cold.
They thought we were funny because we were just talking. So I figure it's like, no matter what we talk about, it will be funny. Right?
Listen.
And Donnie was really listening when we were recording last December and giggled at a few things that we said. We're funny people. We're just dumb.
I just don't believe it. I don't notice it when it comes out of my mouth.
I believe it. I say everything for a reaction.
I don't. But I've been told my whole life that I'm not funny, that I'm trying too hard, that kind of thing.
Beaten down by life, dude.
Yeah.
Open up.
Alright, I guess maybe we should talk about groups. I don't want it to be
because
super
I say that because just now you said it doesn't have to be structured. We don't have lists in front of us like we did last time. I didn't have a list last time, but
no.
I was just trying to go off of what you were saying. But just now you said, like with ITZY. You said twice in ITZY, but we haven't mentioned ITZY once. Like, they came out of left field. I was thinking if I was a listener and she said, oh, so she likes ITZY as much as she likes twice, that's what I
By the way, we're huge freaking multi-stands. I don't judge you for standing one group, but I judge you for standing one group. There's so many talented idols out there. How can you just pick up one in your pocket and ignore the rest?
Yeah. Okay, so...
I have a basket of groups.
I feel like most people will start out as a solo stan. It makes sense. You stan one group, that's the group you've heard, you dive in, and then you hear about more things, and then you hear about this group, and then you're all of a sudden like, boy groups exist, or girl groups exist, co-ed groups, K-hip-hop, what? You know? Like, things happen. You're allowed to like more than one thing. People who close themselves off to only liking one thing, or one group, or being a part of one fandom, that's okay, but as long as you realize that there's other things. And I think that people who, it's like they don't realize there's more.
I guess I just have a warped perspective of all this. Like, you've even said it to me that, like, I don't understand the fandom culture in K-pop because I went through it so quickly. I, like, speed ran. So I didn't get time to, like, learn about things. And, like, learn about the bad sides of K-pop. And, like, learn about, I don't know, like, how a fandom can be so close-knit and how you can grow with a group. Because it's been 8 months and I've gone from checking out a couple groups to liking every girl group that came across my field of vision.
To opening up to boy groups, first of all. Let's start there.
Boy groups?
You were a real, like, at the beginning. So.
I was not interested at all. And it's because, you know, I thought, you know, I saw BTS. You see them you see them all, right? They all kind of look the same. They dress the same. They have the same kind of concepts. They're really, like, dark. You know, that's the thing.
I started looking in. That's what you see. Like, surface level,
yeah,
it's all the same. All girl groups are like this. All boy groups are like this.
Well, and it's especially for the boy groups because boy groups are really only broken down into 2 categories. You have the tough stuff and the soft stuff. I mean, I know you could further break those down, but that's if you're, like, really, really paying attention. With girls, it's a little more nuanced. There's a little more from being an outsider and not knowing a lot about them, you can see a little more difference.
I take it back to that's in media in general. Women all have to be different. Like, you watch TV shows, acting in Hollywood. All men can do the same 6 roles over and over again, and they'll be nominated for the same 6 roles. A woman does a slightly different role, or she does this role or that role. It's weird. You'll have a 20-year-old girl whose husband is actually 50, and they play husband and wife in a movie, you know? But she has to be a mom by the time she turns 30 because now we're aware that she's an old lady. But this dude is still running around kicking through doors and walls and running away from bombs. It's one of those things. Men don't have to try as hard. That's a very opinionated thing. I'm practically a misogynist and I'm saying this.
I feel like that's not something you should own up to. But okay.
You know it's a joke.
No, but
you get what I'm saying.
I know what you mean. When a lot of the people who are looking for boy content, they're content with what they get. And a lot of it is the same, and they're content with it. And that's why people can be solo stans, especially if they start in boy group territory, because they have their one group, and that satisfies all their needs.
I think that me and you are both very much so, we love girl groups. I think that's where...
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me when I say that, right? You're judging me based off of one group. in general, my playlist, if I have K-pop playlists and things like that, it's going to be mostly girl groups. It's going to be mostly girl things.
And all I hear is one group.
That's because my heart is there right now.
Groups.
My heart is there right now, right? I am a casual fan. I'm a multi-stan. I'm a casual multi-stan. I like a lot of different music. I want a little bit of each. Mm-hmm. But where my heart lies, like, it's one of those things where, like, you know those dumb girls who are like, he knows where home is? My home is with certain groups. But I always branch out and dip my toes in the waters of other music.
I don't think about it like that.
Well, it's because...
Am I weird? You've said I'm weird.
I don't know what you're asking. Which part of you is weird? You have to be more specific. What's weird?
Well, the way I stand things and the way I go through, like, discovering new music. And
You're not just, like, dipping your toes. You're diving headfirst into everything. Which I don't mind. It's cool. Like, I think it's cool that you do that. Well, because it's like, we both do the same thing. A comeback will happen, we both listen to it. But I don't know the difference in how we're listening to it. It's like you listen to it harder. Does that make any sense? Like, you were listening to it, but, like, your eyebrows were squinched and, like, heavy metal was playing in the background and steam was coming out of your ears and, like, people are running around throwing papers because they're excited. And I listened to it and we were just, like, sitting on a beach and I put my headphones in and said, oh, shit, cool. You know? You're listening hard mode to comebacks and I'm just, like, on tutorial, you know? I'm just listening. Passing by and putting my earbuds in. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. It's just hard for me to see myself doing that.
Like,
I don't feel like... Do I really... have you noticed me furrowing my eyebrows?
No, I just what I feel. It's a vibe.
Okay.
Because, like, I know about all the upcoming comebacks, right?
Right.
Separately. You know all about the upcoming comebacks. Separately. But when you talk about them, it seems urgent. It's like my heart rate picks up. Because it's like you're so excited about it. Like, you're like, it needs to come right now. That's what I feel. You're like the, I'm late. Like, you're so excited for it. Well, for me, it's just another Tuesday.
You're like, it'll get here when it gets here, baby.
Like, I've heard this group's come back 5 times now. 5 times. I've been there. You know, I've seen it. It's so crazy, though. It's for somebody who I've noticed. I think it's a fantastic. I don't know how you manage to do this. For somebody who is so, like, hard mode K-pop, I consume so much more. It's like for, let's say, like Weekly's Holiday, right? We both loved it. You were so excited for it. Like, we were ready for it.
Hype for Weekly because after school was phenomenal.
I watched every little piece of promotion for it.
I did not.
Within hours of them coming out. And I was also equally as excited, but you just felt more excited. I can't explain it. Like, you're keeping up with all the comebacks and stuff.
It's the anticipation.
You like the anticipation. Is that what it is?
I don't like it.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Oh. That's why you're so urgent.
I wanted to get here so I can stop anticipating it. That's the thing is, like, I want to start listening to it so I can get over it.
Because I was thinking about Stacey's recent comeback, Run to You. Is that what it's called, right?
Run to You.
I have watched every piece of promotion for it so far.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just another thing in my life that I've done.
What I will say
I've already watched a fan cam. And it's weird because I was like, I've watched the interviews. Like, I've already watched stuff for it.
So you've watched... let me get this straight. I like Stacey more than you. And you've watched everything. And I haven't. What I have noticed is I kind of sped through... I've been speedrunning K-pop, right? But I still don't know what I like. I don't know who my favorites are. Like, I'm getting a feel for it. But when you first get into a new thing, what's going to hit your ears first? What's more popular? And then you start getting into the niches of, well, not everybody likes this, but I like this. And that's what started happening. I think the first, like, actual moment of it happening was that day that I heard that song by Wua, their comeback this year, Catch the Stars. I listened to it. I watched the music video when it happened. It didn't really do anything for me. I thought it was catchy, so I put it on my playlist. But I was listening to my playlist one day and it came on and I said, whoa, this is the best song I've ever heard in my life. It was just so cute and upbeat and happy. And you know how I like happy music. And I listened to it on repeat, and I went and I watched the stages for it, and I went and I watched the music video again, and I was like, wait, I've already seen this? And I was like, yeah, I saw it when it came out. I kind of remember it, but now I know that music video on the back of my hand. That's what it was, is I saw one of the stages, and it just completely hooked me to the group. And when I came to tell you about it, you were like, but you don't really know who they are. Like, you listened to me when I was telling you about them, but do you know who they are? Do you know what entertainment company they're with? They're from a small company.
What's funny is, I don't actually, this sounds so bad, I don't look at what any entertainment company is. I don't. It's that, movie fans, I'm a cinephile, I like to say. I watch almost every movie that comes out. I try to see it in theaters. Like, I'll wake up, I'll go watch a movie. I try to see almost every single movie that comes out. And successfully, I've been able to do that for the last 4 or 5 years. I like going to see movies. I like the cast. I watch their interviews for the movies and stuff and their promotions. But I never know who directs or produces those movies. I don't know directors. Maybe if I've heard their names in passing, because I don't care about that. I want to see that final outcome. That's all that matters to me. So with these K-pop groups and stuff, I don't always know what companies they're from. I just like them.
Coming from the biggest company stand in the world. That's hilarious. You can't say that when you're repping a company.
I'm not repping a company. It just so happens that I like everything that company has come out with. That's the only reason. I was like, I love this. And then I realized this is all coming from the same place. You have to think about it. That was about 3 years into me listening to K-pop.
Okay.
Is when I found that out. It wasn't immediate.
Well, that wasn't my original point, though. I'd have to look it up again to remember what company who I was a part of. But the whole point is, at some point I looked it up and I had that information in my brain because I was so excited that I knew them. And I was watching all their content on YouTube and stuff. And you were just like, because you don't know them. And that was my first, okay, here's a group that's not very popular. They're small, and I would die/do anything for them. You know that meme, I just got this puppy a day ago, but if anything ever happened to him, I would kill everybody in this room and then myself. That's how I felt. And so that was the first time that I started to feel okay, this is what standing a group kind of feels like.
Especially starting out, standing them pretty early. If you feel a sense of pride, come on, it's like your child is growing up.
Well, yeah, twice. They're coming on their 7th year. Mm-hmm. I've been a fan of them for almost a year. Mm-hmm. Not even. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, almost.
Dude, it's
not even
5 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months. So, yeah, I haven't been able to grow with them. All these moments that, I'm seeing in compilations on YouTube are things that people remember happening as they happened. You showed me that video of Chewy the other day, and, I don't feel ownership to Twice.
It's weird, though, because I wasn't, I wasn't keeping up with Twice when I was seeing stuff like that. They would just pop up, and I would watch them.
I'm definitely a once, right? But I don't feel ownership claim to... I feel weird calling myself a once, because I don't know all of these things that happened throughout the years. I haven't grown with them. I haven't seen them go from one thing to another and go through hardships and go through,
The reason I don't call myself a once, the actual reason, it was back to what I said a little bit earlier. They know where I know where home is, and my home is with a group or two. Twice isn't that group that where home is. Or could they be close? Yeah, I love Twice so much. But I don't want to call myself a once just because putting myself in a fandom, I'm restricted to certain things.
That's fair. That's what I've been, since I'm such a huge multi-stan, I've been going through all of the groups that I'm, invested in and, looking out for, and, I want to see their comebacks. I want to know what's happening with them. And, I know all of the group's fandom names. I'm not going to immediately start calling myself, I wouldn't even consider myself a WoW or a SWITH, which is Wua and Stacy, respectively. I won't call myself that yet. Because
you're close with Stacey, dude. You might as well wear that badge with pride.
I'm about there with Stacey. You're right. Will I call myself a Mitzi? Absolutely.
Well, you are one.
Yeah. And I would call myself once because that thing you said about a group being your home. Twice is my landing pad. They were the ones that after I kind of broke into K-pop with BTS and Blackpink. Twice was there and felt comfortable to sit with for a little bit.
Even in this point in my life, and this point of 2022, it's been a year now, I do not go a day without making sure I check all the boys from GOT7's socials and stuff to see what's happening. That's my comfort place.
See, and when I hear stuff like that, I'm tempted to, like, not wear a fandom name. I'm tempted to not call myself once, because I'm like, I don't do that. But that also comes with time. And I haven't been a fan of anything for very long, but that doesn't mean I should exclude myself. Mm-hmm. But, like, I'm really, really into G-Idol. They're not called G-Idol. Idol. I'm really into Idol. I'm really into everything that they do. Their music is phenomenal. Their performances are fantastic. Soyeon is a great composer, producer, lyricist, everything.
One of my favorites from Produce 101.
Love everything they do. But I haven't connected with them as people yet, or as idols, whatever they put forward as themselves as idols. That's not anything that I've gotten into yet, so I'm not going to call myself a Neverland. I'm not going to call myself a Nevi. Will I ever? There's Maybe. A possibility. I'm open to it, but I also don't want to be somebody who's like, yeah, I'm a Once and a Mitzi and a Nevi and a Wow and a Swith and a Agase and a Stay and a Tiny. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
I think it is.
If it is, maybe I'm never going to be one, but no offense.
All eyes on me now.
Look, ATEEZ is amazing. I love them. And Ingene. It's Ingene, right? Yeah, because it's...
I just say engine.
Listen, they said it's a combination of engine and gene, so I'm thinking it's pronounced Ingene. This is where we're gonna get in trouble, guys. I don't know how they use vowels, but they're there.
Yeah, because sometimes the words they're using for their fans of are in English, but...
Revelov? Am I Revelov? Look, like,
I am.
I'm not gonna list off 50 different fandom names.
Because you're a multi-stan.
I feel like it cheapens it for the people that are there and show up for those groups every day. And maybe that's just like a little bit of an insecurity, but I feel like it's a sign of respect. Like, just because I'm a fan of Taylor Swift and her music doesn't mean I'm a Swiftie. Right. But that's more, I feel like that's more derogatory here in the States.
What?
Being called a Swiftie.
Not really. I think the issue is we cannot imagine actually being fans of people, right? You're always a casual fan. But I have never been a casual fan. I have always been a fan who overly cares.
This is the closest to non-casual I've ever gotten.
I've never been casual.
It's weird for me because...
The people I like is who I like. It's so much so, it was around junior high I stopped watching award shows over here because nobody I actually liked or really cared for was getting awards. Either they weren't nominated, even though I think that they could at least be there. They weren't even invited to award shows half the time. So I've never been a casual fan. I've always been the fan that wants a concert ticket. I've always bought a CD. I've always bought merch. If a group I like does something, I was a really big fan of this small band during the Warped Tour days. Right? And when you're a smaller band like that, you have to get voted in to go and play. And I voted for this one band constantly. And they got to go. So I went because I was like, well, I voted for this band. I like to go to Warped Tour. This is the year I'm going to go. I was young. I was like maybe junior high also, so I had never been before. And so they finally got to go. It was a great time. I watched their lives every week. They would do multiple a week. I'm friends with the members to this day on Facebook. Like, when I'm a fan of something, I am a fan of something. And so being called a Swiftie isn't that big of a deal to me. I think that you're a fan of Taylor Swift. If you want to be that devoted, you're allowed to be that devoted. People walk around in fucking football jerseys. That's weird.
Yeah, that's true. You're not playing.
You got that man's name on your back? Okay. Part of the HDLGTV community, wearing a man's name on your back. So, I mean, come on. People are allowed to be fans of things. It's just weird that people are so timid to admit that they're fans of things.
That's always been, well, I'm not timid, but call me philosophical, call me neurodivergent, but I've always very focused on the temporality of life and the the ridiculousness of celebrity culture, that it is what it is, that people hold these people on pedestals that they don't even know who they are. So I've always been a fan of the music, but not necessarily the people. The closest I've gotten has been Paramore, Panic at the Disco, and One Direction,
Love them.
Jonas Brothers, and Hayley Kiyoko.
Okay,
That one.
but if you notice what the people that you said, the groups that you said, the bands that you said, those are all things with huge communities of fans. So you weren't the only one. You didn't feel like you were alone there. Right? That's why. It's a sense of community. Being a part of somebody's fandom is fun. It's good. You always have somewhere to go to connect with other people who like the same thing as you, and you know that it's there.
One Direction has to be the first time that I felt that, because with the Jonas Brothers, I was too young to be part of a community, but I knew that I really liked them, and that a lot of other people really liked them.
My mom was a part of a Facebook group.
Oh, no.
Because I liked One Direction so much, so she had something on there, or I was on her Facebook and I put something in for One Direction, and I got to go see them. It was a Jonas Brothers shit. That really, really hot day. It was before Facebook. That really, really hot day at the State Fair.
When 10,000 people crammed in.
When I tell you I was in, not the front, we were on the side. So because we were on the side, we were able to be closer up front than trying to be right in the middle to watch. I was on the side, didn't have a great view, but it's a small stage. Right? My mom made sure that that I got to go there. So, whenever smaller bands go to, Six Flags and stuff like that, my mom or me, if I said I wanted to go, if I was in a group where I saw things were going, I've always felt comfort in being in a part of fandoms and stuff like that.
That's not ever anything that I've experienced.
But I can separate, I don't, maybe it's the false idols of me, the whole Christian thing that I grew up in. I don't elevate anybody above myself. I appreciate them. I appreciate their art. I see them as other people. And if I can respect them as people, I tend to have wanted to be a part of that fandom in a weird way.
I've just never liked anything enough to claim to like it to other people. I'm a fan of comic book movies, right? Do I want to have a conversation about it? Not really. As of late, and I think part of it is becoming an adult and having better opinions about things, yeah, I'll talk about it because it's fun too. But it used to be that, I had any time I would get, a shirt with, a graphic on it, the Captain America shield, or, the Beatles, I felt why am I repping this, you know? I say it to the person wearing a Marvel Avengers shirt. But, yeah, why am I repping this? I feel like I'm not as invested in it. I would see people getting, Captain America tattoos, the shield tattoos. I don't understand. I was like, why would you ever get that?
I completely get it. Me and my friends would go see the Marvel movies from high school up, even to this day. And after the movies, we'll sit and we'll talk about it for hours. Me and Troy specifically, when we were watching Loki, WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, whenever the episodes were over, we would call each other or we would watch it with each other so we could talk about it right after. In high school, I love Doctor Who. In high school, I had a group of friends that I would watch Doctor Who with every single Saturday. I like being a part of fandoms. K-pop was it was the first one that I didn't have that many people around me to discuss it with. And there's literally no one around me that I could discuss it with. So I ran to the internet.
It's all on there.
Yeah, but it was also in 2011, so it was harder for me. I was very by myself in it.
I'm just making a realization right now. Anything that has a fandom culture, my relationship to it goes up and down based on when content is released. So I wouldn't call myself a Spider-Man fan until a Spider-Man movie's in theaters. Then yes, I love Spider-Man. But if there's not a movie out, if nothing's happening with Spider-Man, am I talking about Spider-Man? No. Do I have action figures? No. Do I have maybe a shirt? But you know how I like to be stylish and not wear graphic tees. I'm realizing that with K-pop, music, one, I'm always going to like music. Just because the song isn't out, and they're not promoting it anymore, I'm going to listen to it still. So music provides me a avenue for me to be more of a consistent fan experience, and I can stay in that fandom and ruminate in it and and kind of roll around in it and go, yeah, I like it here. And it's the people aspect of it too. But I'm realizing now that might be why I'm so urgent about the comebacks and like wanting them to come, because when it's happening, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's on Twitter talking about Stacey right now. And I love that, like being able to say, yes, I'm here too, and I love them, I love what they're doing.
Would you be as excited for it if you didn't have me to talk about it with?
Definitely not. We really just have made our own club. In some ways, it's like making our friendship stronger, right? But in other ways, it's like that's all we talk about now.
I sometimes will change the subject. I'm really good at it.
Yeah. And part of it is because I am so new, and there's just so much to experience. Every day, it's like I'm learning something. I'll come to Bria, and I'll just be like, oh my god, this Sasang did this thing, and oh my gosh, it's crazy. And Bria was like, yeah, I remember when that happened, and I'm like, what? Like, people are like this, and I'm just learning new things. Like,
we had a 20-minute long saucing conversation sitting in the airport with a shit ton of people around us. Like, I don't know if you noticed that they were like,
were they looking at us?
People were looking at us, but because you're so excited, I don't like people to over listen to my conversations. It makes me uncomfortable. But because you kept going, I was just like, I'll let her talk. I'll indulge, you know?
Was I talking about wanting to be a Sasang? Or how I couldn't believe them?
Yeah, that's what it was. You were talking about them, but your voice kept getting higher and higher and louder the more frustrated you got with it. But then they called for us to board.
I was ranting, guys. I do have a rant. Let me
No.
pull out my soapbox and talk about Sasangs right now. I don't understand them. I don't understand how you could hate somebody so much that you love them.
Love somebody so much that you want
Hate
them to
them.
hate you.
Don't get it.
I get it. Have I ever liked anything that much? I barely like myself, so obviously not. But it's just that Sasangs exist. I wish that they didn't, but because that they do, I'm surprised that you did speedrun K-pop. You did
Sometimes I feel like a Sasang, bro.
You did K-pop fast mode. You're not.
I know I'm not, but occasionally I'll have a thought about wanting to marry somebody, and then I'm like, ooh, that's creepy.
That's not Sasang either.
No, I know.
That's Delulu.
Cut! We're ending this episode here. Everything is gone. We can't have a podcast if you're going to be like this.
Delulu.
Stop. We're not trendy. Oh my god. Who do you think we are?
I feel like such an old woman, dude.
Delulu? Isn't that a new term? Aren't you hip with it?
Bro, it is. I've recently heard it. I don't know how long it's been a thing.
Was it even a K-pop thing first? Who knows?
Bro, who the f*** knows? Can I say that on here?
Who the f*** knows?
Okay.
No, we can't. Not if we want to get brand deals later.
That's bullshit. But I think that your enthusiasm for K-pop helps me. I like that you're a fan. I like that you're
I'm breathing new life into
It's not even new life. It's just that I'm not going to say K-pop got stale for me. I've always been a fan. I've always consumed content the same way that I always have. But
You're
it's
seeing
nice.
it through new eyes.
It's fun to watch other people
Discover?
be into what you're into. I like to watch your eyes get bright.
Do they?
When you figure something out, or when you run up to me and you're like, and you're trying to tell me something. Because I've already been through it.
Yeah.
Of course, I went through it slower because I had to... There's a lot of things I couldn't see just because of a language barrier, lack of subtitles, things like that. Subtitles come so quick nowadays, dude. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm so used to having to wait like at least 2 weeks before I can get things subtitled.
Oof.
At least, that's the fastest. I've waited once in high school for something to be subtitled. It took a month and a half. At that point, I had already forgotten that it existed until it just popped up one day, and I said,
and now we're getting live subtitles. You saw that Stacey promotion?
I was watching Stray Kids thing.
Mm-hmm. The Ordinary teaser?
No. On the concert that they did, the Beyond Live fan meet that they had a few weeks ago.
The Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
Yeah.
Live subtitles.
Wow.
I was like, oh my god, it's a good day to be a stay, you know? So,
Okay. Listen, now that y'all know, we're gonna be, we could be talking about anything. Stray Kids will find its way into the conversation.
It's gonna slither its way in.
It'll slither in.
I can't help
it. Oh my god. You can't. That's okay. I love you anyway.
Well, because while you're like getting freshly excited about K-pop in general, I'm allowing myself to indulge in other groups that I already liked. I'm allowing myself to
Get excited.
I'm opening my heart's capacity.
Right, more groups, yeah.
For groups that I already like and already have been liking, and for new ones.
Like what? Like who?
For new ones?
Yeah.
Only one of.
Wait.
That, like,
wow.
super into them.
They're all boy groups? Miss, I like girl groups.
You let me finish.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Only one of,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your girl's G Idol. I mean,
Idol.
whatever.
I don't know. Well, definitely not a G now.
Well, because I have a Cube band, right? I don't let myself get attached to groups of Cube. I've been hurt and wronged by them before. And so I'm really happy that I'm not a part of this outcry of, what's her name? What's her face? Sujin, yeah. So...
Man, it is hard work wearing these clown shoes every day,
honestly,
let me tell you.
I think it's hilarious. I'm laughing at all of you. And it's not because I think it's funny. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny. I'm like, wow, that was me once. Cube does it again.
Listen, waking up and putting my clown makeup on every day, it's hard work. It is hard work. The nose and everything. Listen.
I've already been hurt before. Like, they've already done this to me. I'm fine.
I've
right?
never psychoanalyzed a comeback before like this. And I know I'm going to be disappointed. I know that it's not going to work out in my favor. Why does everybody think that Cube is going to suddenly just 180 and be a great company?
The moment I was like, you know what? Lightsome is good. They have potential. And then
Stop.
Stop. I was like, Lightsome is so good. And then something happened and I said, oh, they're Cube. And it broke my heart. I was like, no, this can't be. They're so talented. There's going to be 3 members left in 5 years. My feelings were hurt.
Yeah,
saying
all
that
the sub-vocalists are going to be left.
And that's so unfortunate. Because I was like, Lightsome, I really like them. I let myself dive in. And once I saw they were at Cube, I took a step back. I was releasing love for Lightsome, and somebody corked it back up.
That would be an opening. No.
No, that's what Cube thought they did to me. They thought they opened me back up. They thought they had me. And I was like, damn, so I have to keep this group at an arm's length because there's no reason to get attached.
It's not worth it. When I was first, like, my road to K-pop was BTS, Blackpink. Okay, now I know the super popular international ones. Ooh, what's this? Twice. Biggest girl group. Loved them. You know, Red Velvet's a pretty big girl group. And I started getting into all these girl groups. Idol was there. They were at the very beginning. Someone I was very, very...
That was one of the first groups you ever talked to me about. It was literally one of the first groups you ever talked to me about. I say that because you came to me, you talked about Blackpink a little bit. You asked me a question about Blackpink, and I said, I don't know if they exist anymore. And then you talked to me about BTS a little bit. That was like I think that those two are the groups, you know, that's who people getting in are going to hear nowadays.
That's what you told me to do.
Yeah. I was like, well, that's who people like, go for it. Then it was like a month later. We were very casual with it. You were just asking me, well, what song is this that you're playing? What song is that you're playing? Okay. Like, yeah, I've been listening a little bit. It was very cash. Mm-hmm. And then you came to me and you showed me a video.
It was, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
it was so good.
That was the first group you showed me. And I was very aware of who they are, but I was like, they're a Cube. I'm not going to put my eggs in that basket.
You didn't warn me. How could you have, though? I wouldn't have understood. I understand that. But you didn't warn me. And now here I am. My heart's broken. They were on their way to becoming my favorite Fortune group.
You know, I might be... This is one of those things. I like to think that I'm the perfect fan in every way. I don't let things get to me too much. I am definitely holding a grudge against Cube for something that they did. And a lot of people would say that's toxic.
What did they do? Say
it. And so I refuse. If you do it once, you can do it again. And I refuse to let Cube wrong me in the same way they did. What year was that? 2016? If you know, you know. And so So I was like, wow, my favorite contestant from Produce 101 is going to be in a group. Oh, it's at Q? That's too bad. Is literally what I said. So much so that they had a group that I'd never even heard about.
Who?
You know who.
Who? Oh my god! How did we both?
No, I know. I just wasn't saying it.
I'm sitting here like
that silence was loud.
CLC. I'm so sorry. I forgot you existed. Oh my god! And this was Helicopter was a bop. I was bopping to it. Oh, I just feel so bad, Eugen. It's a good thing you're in Kepler, baby, because we couldn't remember your other group. I mean, how are we supposed to remember everything? You know, for the last week, I've been ruminating on this Sujin stuff, and I've been like, you know, Lightsum isn't really getting promoted well. Sujin was kicked out of Idol, and then that one thing that happened in whatever year you just said. And I was like, I feel like there was something else that happened that Cube did really bad. I've been forgetting about CLC for a while. Yeah, that was a complete flop and failure on the part of the company.
Oh, you know what? I never noticed CLC is the thing. I think I did probably casually, like in passing. Definitely, it was mostly because their music wasn't music that I would add to a playlist, right?
Right.
It's not that it's bad. I just if it comes on and I'm in the car, I don't want to hear it, you know? Mm-hmm. This isn't going to pump me up in the morning. This isn't going to help me cry when I'm feeling sad. This isn't going to be the music I...
lukewarm, mid-tempo.
It's not going to be the music I listen to while I'm doing my homework and studying, because I was still in school when I saw their music in passing. But, you know, Cube saw me making a sandcastle and kicked it.
They said, nope. We can't
pissed on it and kicked it. Like, first they wet it up a little bit. And not the good wet where it, like, keeps the sand together. The wet that completely destroys your sandcastle.
But what I'm getting at is we all realized what was happening with CLC when Eugen and Soren got really vocal about it, especially on Girls Planet.
Soren. How did I know more about Soren than I did CLC?
No idea.
Social media. I follow her on social media.
She is like a TikTok.
My boyfriend even sends me her TikToks. It's crazy. He'll send me her reels from Instagram. He sends them to me, not knowing anything about her, who she is. He just thinks she's funny.
When Eugen started talking about how they were basically disbanded, that's when I was like, wait. This group that just came out with an absolute banger, that is Helicopter, they're not going to be a group anymore? I've always had a problem with the logic of why would you stop? Besides contracts not being re-signed, I understand that that's unavoidable sometimes, but why would you stop at the height of popularity? That's when you start. That's when you go. That's when you jump in the wagon and go all the way down the hill. It baffles me. The same thing happened with, well, no, it didn't happen with G-Friend. My issue with G-Friend is that they showed us in the last comeback, you could have had this sexy, mature, darker concept this whole time, and we didn't give it to you until they were disbanding. Bye.
Yeah, that was weird. I never looked into if they ever said if there was a reason or not. I was a very casual G-Friend fan, and by very casual, I mean really, really liked, but not so much that I paid too much attention to them personally as idols, but their music to me was solid.
Yeah.
I listened to it.
Solid discography.
I liked it. And it was funny because the moment I was like, you know what? I'm going to get into these girls heavy. They were like, nope, you're into them light because they are disbanding.
To be fair, that obviously had to be some sort of contract re-signing issue because 3 of the members re-signed to another company and they are still in a group. So obviously, either they didn't want to be with Stone Music anymore or the other ones didn't want to be part of a group anymore.
You know companies so well.
I only know that because they just recently got, like, swallowed up by a bigger company. I forgot. I don't know if it was, surely it wasn't Hybe. I think it was Hybe.
They bought everything. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they own,
it's like fucking Disney.
They own, do they own FNC?
I stopped looking at what they own.
Jellyfish? I know they own lettuce.
In 2020 when they started talking. Lettuce.
Triggered. I'm sorry.
Stop.
Speaking of terrible companies.
I wouldn't say terrible. right? Because obviously they're doing things right in some way.
Are they?
Yeah.
They needed to be bought by a rich company.
They didn't need to be. It just happened.
They wasted the potential.
Of one group.
Twice.
It happens. I have to, like, it is something that happens. It doesn't hurt as much. I was just thinking that obviously Pledis is perfectly fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just did it with one group. Them breaking my heart with one group doesn't mean anything because carrots everywhere are going to be like, but what did they do? 17 is thriving. You can't put that in there either.
Wait, 17's Pledis?
Yeah.
How am I stupid?
Yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, they're perfectly fine. What are you looking at?
You know what I did today? I watched, like, 5 ITZY stage mixes of
Good.
their different comebacks. And I've been watching Studio Tune videos and Artists of the Months.
You're finally getting into my side of what I like.
I am. And I've been watching more stages. I've watched almost all of Stacey's Run to You stages. I watched their Young Love stage that they did.
Oh, I just sent it to you because I was like, I wonder if she's seen this. It was pretty good.
Immediately. It was my notification this morning. I said yes. I was so excited.
That's what I meant, by the way, when I said I watched Stacey's interview things. No. I watched them do their acapella at a radio show.
I haven't watched that.
It was really good. I've watched every single stage that they've done for this promotion, right?
Mm-hmm. They've been really good so far.
They're always good. Stacey. I wish I liked the song. The only part I like is a little bit. That's it.
You know what else I watched? Almost all of Luna's dance practice videos. Them girls are so synchronized. I told you at the beginning, they are the only group with a grid on their floor. They take that shit seriously. I just really enjoy watching them. They are, to me, like a dance group that just so happens to also sing.
Off the record, cut this out. I read a comment the other day. Yesterday. I'm not going to say the other day. Was it yesterday or the day before? The other day. I read a comment. Somebody was commenting on how Tease was dancing, and they're like, it's funny that these guys were originally supposed to be a dance group. And I said, that's why you wanted all of our eyes on him. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
No idea.
It was one comment with not a lot of likes, so this bitch could be talking out of her ass.
That's what I do.
You know.
You know who I've also been getting into lately? Ujusanya. And they're going to be on Queendom too with Luna. I'm so excited. And BB's, which we've talked about. And Hoyland. She's going to eat.
I just, personally, am not looking forward to Queendom 2. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You either want to watch it or you don't.
I'm gonna.
You just don't think it's going to be as good?
No. I want to watch it for Hoyland.
That's it?
And to see what they're going to do. But I don't expect much. I guess that's the thing.
Why not?
Because if I have to think about it very, very hardly, I don't listen to most of the music of the people that are on there.
To be fair, 2 of the groups have, like, no music.
That's another thing. No, okay, so...
I think VB's has more music than Kepler.
I forgot they were going to be there. What?
What the?
They're going to win if it's on votes.
Somebody from my YouTube that I follow did a poll. Who are you looking forward to most? And I had to say Luna because even though I love Ujusanya,
who was winning on the poll?
I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Do
though
we know the answer? Okay, continue.
Even though I am a very big fan of Ujusanya, and I saw their music video for Unnatural, and I think they're amazing, and they have a really well-rounded talent quality to them. I'm just so excited to see Luna on that stage, kicking ass and taking names, quite literally.
No, I think Luna will do very, very good.
They're gonna look so good up there.
I think that they will entertain me.
I hope so. I am wanting boy group stuff from them, and if any group on that show is going to give it to us, it's going to be Luna.
Them. There I'm looking forward to. I think that they'll really excite me, because I do not dislike Luna, right? I don't like all their music, but it happens.
I'm sorry, every once in a while you...
I know. I can't help it. I do. I'm becoming very aware that that's something I do.
People are going to be like, what's that noise?
I've noticed that just this moment that's something I do a lot. I've become very aware of it. And now it's bothering me, but I can't stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. Back to Luna.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Luna. I don't like all their music. Some songs they have I think are very good. Other songs they have, I immediately skip it. Watching them move their bodies around is fun. That's a bad way to say that. They dance very well, and it's entertaining, right?
Yeah.
And I think that they have very big personalities in the group, so they'll be able to show me things that's interesting, other than just being able to sing and dance good. I'm excited for breathtaking stage presence. You know, she's gonna do it for me.
She's gonna do it for all of us. Let me tell you, a savior. Somebody who can actually hold a candle to the groups.
It had to have been somebody with a huge personality. I'm happy it's her.
Yes.
I think she deserves it.
Yeah. Though somebody did say that Mnet is always editing her choreography, so how's that gonna work?
I said that.
So how's that gonna work?
I want her to thrust her body into me, and Mnet's like, no, you have to turn sideways. No, I'm very excited to see her. I think that she has the vocals of honey. You know, like how it feels when you eat honey and it like just slides into your mouth and down your throat. Her singing, it does that to my ears. Like my mom likes her.
That says a lot.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see her.
Based on the poll, though, I voted for Luna. They had 25.
That's poll. Yeah.
They had 25% of the vote.
That's not bad.
Kepler had 48%.
Yeah, of course they did.
And I'm really scared because obviously, like, I would say most of the members of Kepler have very good stage presence. And I didn't say all, I said most.
I know.
Okay, sorry, some of the members
No,
of
most
Kepler.
is right.
Right, okay, thank you.
They all have their moments.
Yeah, they have great stage presence individually. As a group, they haven't found their footing yet. I'm very scared that if this show is based on votes, they're gonna, I don't know, I don't want to say it.
I can't remember exactly how the first Kingdom did stuff like that. I also can't remember how Road to Kingdom and Legendary War did it either. I don't remember because I didn't vote, right?
So we don't have to be worried about it. It's fine. I'll just enjoy the
I'm watching it for entertainment.
Right.
I don't really care about who wins.
Right.
Right? Because...
well, luckily we don't have to care as much because it's not like the difference between somebody debuting and not. It's they're already in a group.
Yeah, that's why I don't care as much.
Right.
Right? So I just think that...
And regardless of the outcome, I'm still going to hold my groups in high esteem anyways. Whoever I love is the best to me.
We have to expect the girls in Kepler to give us good stage presence.
Chan's gonna bring it.
Because a year ago, like less than a fucking year ago, they just were on a show where if they didn't have stage presence, they shouldn't be in the group. Like, they wouldn't be there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't be there if they didn't have it. So we should expect them to go on there and do a good job.
Uh-huh.
And if they don't do a good job and they still get votes, yeah, I'm gonna be a little upset about it.
Threat?
I love Kepler, dude. Girls Planet took my heart last year. I really like Kepler. Do I play Wa Da Da Da? I don't play it. I like the girls.
When it comes on, I am enthusiastically...
Oh yeah, if it comes on, I'm in that shit, right? But I don't play it.
No.
You know what I do play?
What?
Hella baby, shake it baby, come on baby, take it to the top. that song I love.
I see, and you know what?
That
Okay,
I play.
right.
I reach out to that song. But that was just Girls Planet music, right?
First of all, I can't listen to Shine without thinking what could have been.
That black team, that second group that went out there.
Should have debuted.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right?
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Right, that's true. I'm not saying instead of, I'm just saying they could have been.
They could have debuted.
They could have debuted. Yeah. It could have been a debut group. And,
Team 2, wasn't it? Team 2? Team 2, yeah.
Team 2. With them black outfits, bro.
With those black outfits. The vocals. The dance. The stage presence. They were strikingly fierce. Jesus Christ. They
came out. Yeah.
They came out there and I said, this is it. This is gonna be at the time I still was like, Kepler?
They hadn't announced it yet.
Oh, they hadn't?
No.
I can't remember, dude.
They announced that in the final episode.
I was half asleep watching it.
Oh.
It started at 4 p.m. and ended at 8.
They announced it right before they announced who was in it. They were like, first of all, here's the name of your group you're going to be in.
First of all, here's Kepler. We named it this because of this, and my half-asleep ass was like, what the fuck?
Everybody took to Twitter and was like, Kepler?
With a one?
With a what? They said, whoever doesn't make it that I like, it's good thing you're not in this group because the name is ugly, baby. They said, you're welcome. Yeah, no, but, so, you know that part in Wadada that we don't like as much as the other parts in Wadada? Mm-hmm. They're obviously playing on the OOO theme, right?
Yeah.
I just realized that today.
I mean, I got it. When I first saw it, it was 3 a.m, right? I think the video had been out for 15, 16 minutes. I don't remember what time it was. Mm-hmm. It had been out for about 15 or 16 minutes, and I was like, Andoni, pause the middle. Let's watch this. And he's like, no, I'm going to bed. So he puts his headphones in. I play the video, and I was like, I was like, okay, this is a thing. Like, this isn't bad. First of all, this part of the song, fantastic. They can't see me doing the dance move.
It. Broom, 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 like a supersonic.
Yeah.
What did that?
What did that? And I said, oh, that's why they called it Wadada. This is the chorus. I thought this was the chorus.
Yeah. It's the pre-chorus.
It's the pre-chorus. And then the chorus started, and I said, okay, I don't like it right now. I'm proud of them. They debuted.
Yeah.
3 weeks too late, but I'm proud of them. They debuted. And I was excited. You know, their promotions were great. The girls obviously all really like each other. Like, they were entertaining to me. I think that if the girls themselves weren't as entertaining, I probably would have been like, I love Girls Planet. This is the group I got.
Yeah.
I'll keep a lookout.
Right.
You know, that's what I would have said.
Agreed.
I'll keep a lookout.
These girls, they have great chemistry with each other. Mm-hmm. Whether or not we agree with it is one thing. It just, they are friends and they like each other and they like being together and they make each other laugh. And that's
all I want is for everybody who is in this industry to be happy and like the people that they're with, because a lot of times it's like this. They just pick people and say, these are your roommates for the next 7 years of this contract. Unless you're at Cube, then half of you might leave. But like... But I just, you know, Oh, that was so even. Look at that.
Wow, your vocals are immaculate.
Wow.
Did you know I'm a
Sim?
Sim.
Elizabeth, can I audition at 25 and black?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
He said you better have the best vocals.
First of all, I only have visuals in my company.
That's mean to yourself.
You're right. I'm super pretty. I could do it.
Yeah. He might want you to wear a wig, though.
And some skin whitening.
Yeah. A lot, not just some.
That's right. I would never in a million years.
I know.
I'll just keep admiring from afar.
Here's what we do. We do an audition video. You do the vocals while I sing. I get hired because I look like I might be Korean.
And then you get there and you start training and they're like,
I'm going to be like, look, I got sick. It really just damaged my vocal cords. I'm going to have to retrain.
Like,
I have a leg to stand on. And then I would get in because of you, and you would always have that pride. Mm-hmm. But you wouldn't actually have to be in the spotlight, which you hate. Mm. So it's like a win-win.
I'm different on stage, dude. I'm a theater kid.
You're different on stage.
I don't like the spotlight outside the stage. Yeah. I love attention.
Well, yeah. So what would happen is we're best friends, right? So I could bring you on into the spotlight every once in a while.
No, that's not true. You can't even have your phone. You just debuted.
Depends on the company.
I thought we were still on SM.
Oh, are we in SM?
I thought we were still SMing it up.
Am I visual enough to be in SM? I don't think so. I think I'm a JYP visual. Her face just now said, you're ugly. Fine, I'm a YG visual. God.
I didn't mean to laugh in your face like that.
I'm not a visual. I got it. Point taken. Point noted. Feelings not hurt.
Nah, dude. Like, their visuals in the K-pop are next level.
I'm on the next.
I'm just gonna do a dance every time, and they're just gonna have to imagine what it would look like, even though they've never seen me before.
You know, if we ever say something and you think of a song in your head, that's probably exactly the dance we're doing. So,
I know so many. The visuals are like, they're cute, like they're beautiful people, like next level gorgeous. It's crazy.
So not a visual. Got it.
You're really pretty, but like. Are you as pretty as Chewy? Are you as pretty as Irene? Are you as pretty as Hunjin? Are you as pretty as... I'm not going to say Yuna. She's really pretty, though.
I am prettier than Yuna.
Okay. You said it, not me!
No, I don't think so. I mean, I would have to have a lot of work done. I'd have to do, like, braces and...
No, you need braces. Your teeth are cute. I think that's the best part of your face.
It's my charming point.
I think your best part is your smile. You have an amazing smile.
Really?
Yeah, you walk around like this a lot, but I think you have an amazing smile. I don't think you notice it. It's your resting face. You look guarded.
Oh, yeah.
I know. But I think that, I think everybody's best is when they're smiling, unless some people are just ugly. And I don't like to say that, right? I think that most people are gorgeous and pretty and beautiful. But the human smile, I love seeing people smile. It makes me so happy. Which could be a naive thing of me to say.
Sappy.
Sappy.
Sappy boy.
You have a really pretty smile. Is it like SM pretty though? No.
No. Not at all. You know what I am? I'm in a group that doesn't have a visual, and so everybody argues about who the visual is. And there's obviously
Does your name come up in conversation?
There's obviously 3 super pretty ones and then 3 that aren't as pretty. I'm talking about... I shouldn't have said that.
You can always censor it. I'm talking about beep.
I can. But that's the thing is I'm in a group where there's no visual and everybody talks about who is the visual, and there's obviously 3 that are more pretty and 3 that are not as pretty. But even then, of the 3 that are more pretty, who is the visual? You'll never know. I'm definitely one of the 3 that's less pretty. Still pretty. A visual group. Like Wiki Miki even. Wiki Meki, Wiki Miki.
Wiki Miki?
I think it's Wiki Miki, because their fandom name is Keeling. So Wiki Miki, Wiki Miki, Woki Moki, Wacky Macky. You're just letting me go.
What is how long you're gonna go?
Woki Mookie? Okay, then.
I say Wiki Miki.
I say Weki Meki, but I think it's Wiki Miki, but you can't make me say it. Anyways, they're such a visual group, right? People are going to argue about who the visual is. So yes, my name would come up, but would it be correct? No. Would I be dating the visual of the group? Yes.
If you were in that same group?
No.
If you were in the group, you would date the visual?
No.
Wow.
No.
Oh my god, I ship it.
No.
I don't know what group it is, but I ship it.
You ship me with whoever that makes me happy?
Yeah.
Because I'm
a really good friend.
You know who makes me happy?
Yeah. Who makes you feel special?
How did you know?
I know.
Who?
Nyan.
Mm-hmm. I feel exposed. I'm gonna cut all of this.
You should. We both said some things. Probably.
We got real vulnerable with y'all.
I didn't really.
No. I'm allowing you to... See, you're the mysterious one out of both of us.
Well, because I don't like being questioned, right? And I have opinions, and I say them until it comes to like something I'm super serious about. Then I probably will keep it to myself. Sometimes it depends on the situation. Like I haven't talked about not one bias, but everybody knows that Nyan's your girlfriend / wife, right?
Who knows that?
Everyone in the world. You said it in the Twice merch line loud enough, and people nodded when you yelled. When you see the one with the buck teeth,
oh yeah, that's right.
You exclaimed at Nyan. You said, "My future wife." You made sure that he knows.
Oh. And
then when you screamed to him, that say Kaitlin, the other girls in line were like, "But there's so many Kaitlins in Texas." Like other people that we had not spoken to for the last hour and a half were like, But how will she know it's you? Like, they were joining in on the conversation.
They were trying to help me plan to listen.
I gave a security guard at the Fort Worth Twice shows merch line. I gave my business card to a security guard there. So just on the off chance that he went past her, we described Nyan very well to him.
The one with the brown hair and the buck teeth?
Brown hair, buck teeth, really cute smile. And he said, okay, bucky teeth, brown hair, got it.
Yeah.
And he said if he saw her, he would give her the business card. But we don't think he saw her. He said, honestly, I'll probably be working the ticket and security outside.
He was. But who knows?
Who knows? He said, if I do, I will, but I probably will only be working here. And I was like, well.
I also think he just said that. I think even if he got within escorting distance of them, he's not going to approach her and be like, hey, this girl outside said.
He did notice that this is the busiest that Dickies had been and still asked, is this a big group or something, to fans. What if we were like crazy weirdo fans who were like gatekeeping it and got offended by him saying something like that?
He could read the vibes. He knew we were cool.
I don't know. Maybe he heard me say I was going to jump him and he was trying to do an investigation.
You know what? You know what? Because he is the one you were talking about.
There was a group of them, and I said,
the
we can jump
guard.
security. I said, I'm going to get his shirt, and we can get in.
Yep, because we did not have tickets to see Twice in Fort Worth, where we live.
We saw Twice in LA a week before.
Yeah.
We saw Twice in LA a week before because we couldn't get tickets for Fort Worth. And they went away too quick. I was in the queue. It was traumatizing. And so for the LA show, I managed to get tickets. I got the first ones that they let me buy. Didn't even look at the sections. I was going to see Twice. And so we went to the merch line in Fort Worth because it's less than a mile away. Like, I could walk there in 30 minutes. And so, yeah, we went to the merch line, and I'm like, well, this is bullshit at this point. I want to see Twice. And so I was just like, we can jump in. And
because everybody there was there to see Twice.
Yeah, they were going to be there all day, which I would not have done. I wasn't going to stand out there in the cold.
It was so cold.
All day.
But listen, I'm glad I went because that sweatshirt I got, so comfortable.
Yeah.
I wore it for like 3 days in a row.
I got a keychain from you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They still didn't have the shirt I wanted because my size sold out again.
First.
What
does that say about?
Like, damn,
Twice
are all
stands?
their fans my size heavy? Like, Jesus, guys.
It's the boys. It's the men. It's the men.
Oh my God.
You didn't realize?
I was the same size as every man that walked out with like 50 light sticks and Twice totes.
They did. They bought all the light sticks.
They're like, 2, 3X's, we out here. That's what they said. That's what they said.
There were so many men there.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about them, but there's a lot of men. Are you a part of, other than you being a once, are you a Mitzi?
I said that earlier.
Yeah, that's what I was making sure of. But you
100%.
wouldn't say that you're a Stacy Stan? What are they called?
A SWITH?
Do that again. SWITH? Is that what you said? SWITH?
SWITH.
Oh,
like
Taylor Swift.
No F.
SWITH. SWITH?
Yes.
SWITH. Okay. One vowel.
You know,
W should probably be a vowel. Like, the way that we pronounce it, it sounds like it would be a vowel, but it's not.
It's like an OU. Wow. Wow.
Exactly.
Or OA.
Why is Y sometimes a vowel, but not W? I've always wondered that, like, since I was a kid.
Because
this is important.
Phonetics, full circle. I think at this point I should consider myself a SWITH. If I'm going to consider myself a Mitzi, I don't know. Stacy seems more attainable to me.
What do you think in a group could make you claim yourself as, like, to take their fandom name and apply it to yourself? What do you think a group would have to do for you to do that?
I want to be their best friends.
Okay.
What it takes is, first I have to like their music.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have to like their visuals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, like, being shallow about it, but if I don't like to look at them, I don't know, then I don't care about their music videos or anything. I'm just listening to the music.
Mm-hmm. So you're leaving out a big part of their content that you think would connect that community together.
Well, because there's a difference between a group that I just listen to their music and then a group that I watch their content.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I wouldn't, if I don't watch their content, I wouldn't call myself a thing. I would just be like, oh, I'm a fan of...
If I watch a compilation for a group and I don't giggle one time, I'm not going to stand that group.
That's the thing. I didn't stand ITZY until it was 2 in the morning.
My favorite time of day.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to look at a compilation of ITZY moments. And oh my God, I had tears running down my face. Tears. Jose.
Why'd you do that? You know we can't stop. Every time. Jose. Jose.
It's not a hua.
I know. Put your earbuds in. How does it sound when they do that?
Like you're joking.
Jose.
You have too much phlegm in the back of your throat.
Okay. Jose. There's no spit in my mouth.
Put them in. You're not saying it right.
Jose. Pussy.
Judy.
Jose. Judy. Your voice sounds a little.
Not because they're trying to be funny. I don't think any of them are actually trying to be funny, honestly. They're just funny with each other. And then Eunice, when she's jumping at the beach and her phone falls out of her pocket.
That was so funny. Dude. I've seen that.
So tears running down my face. I'm trying not to laugh at 2, 3 in the morning. Trying not to wake up my family, right? And I said, okay, these girls entertain me.
In more ways than one, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, if I can be entertained when I'm not listening to their music, I can be open.
That's
to
what does
stand.
it for me. If I'm not interested in them as like people, I'm not saying that to be like, oh, if they're not the people for me, then I don't like the group. But like, I like to laugh, and I'm not gonna stand someone boring.
Right. I'll listen to your music, but
I'll
nothing
listen to
else.
a boring person's music all day. I like music. You
right.
know, if you sing that good and you're boring as fuck, like that's fine. You're allowed to be boring as hell. Also, listen to your music. You sing like a goddess.
You know who we haven't talked about one time yet?
Who?
Dreamcatcher. Content queens.
No, they make me laugh.
Hilarious. All of them. You know how, like, every group has, like,
I actually haven't talked about any group that I really, really like.
I know you haven't. You've been letting me take the floor. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know how every group has that, like, variety show star? Somebody who comes out and has everybody else come out of their show. Maybe there's 2. Maybe there's 3.
Dreamcatcher has all of them.
Every single one.
They can all do it.
They all do it. Hilarious. That's what got me into them, too, is because I've noticed this. I tried to do it backwards one time for a group. I heard about the group. I had heard some of their music, but I hadn't, like, clicked with the song yet. I was just like, oh, they sound okay. So I went, you know what I think it was? I'm not even going to hazard a guess to the group. I think it was Everglow, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a group that I knew enough about their music that I liked it, but I didn't have, like, a favorite song yet. Or I wasn't, like, looking forward to their comebacks. I was just like, yeah, their music's good. And so I went to go watch, like, a Weekly Idol episode of them, and I was like, oh, I can't do this yet. I don't care enough about them. So it's very much like I have to like the song. I start on Spotify. I actually don't start with the music videos. I don't know if that, unless I already know the group. I start on Spotify. If I like what I hear, I move to YouTube. If I like what I see, then I move to, like, variety shows and other content. Those little, like, the Don't Wake Mom or whatever, the ASMR
Love those.
Variety, or the one where they have to jump out of the beds and, like, pretend that they're sleeping, whatever that one's called.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones are perfect for me to, like, just dip my toes in and see if a group's funny enough for me to watch. Also, the Mafia Dance one, hilarious. Love those. And then, if I like their variety shows, then I'll go to their actual, like, YouTube contents, like their vlogs, their, like, Time to Twice I got into after I'd seen all of their Weekly Idol stuff.
For me, it depends on the group, actually. I don't have a direct funnel for things. I will say I do not listen to much music on Spotify unless I listen to whole albums. I don't really just add a song. I add a song if I like that album, because that's just what I do. Mm-hmm. There's no reason for it. That's just what I've always done. I listen to albums at a time. I don't add a song to a playlist unless that's a song that I actually have been seeking out. Mm-hmm. I rely on my on repeat because that's literally what I'm repeating over and over.
Right.
I listen to music while I like shower, and when I'm showering, those are my vocal practices. So it has to be a song that I want to sing along to.
Mm-hmm.
So Spotify is my last resort. I have to like a song for it to be playing on my Spotify. If I don't like it enough, it's not on my Spotify. I don't watch music videos that often unless it's a group I genuinely really like.
Mm-hmm.
Stages, though. That live stream of music, bang, early in the morning on my Thursday nights, Friday mornings.
Feels good, bro.
I watch it every week, and that is where I'm just like, I'm going to keep watching their promotions. Whatever. That I could probably add that on something. If I like a song, I'll go watch a music video. I love variety shows. I watch variety shows for groups I don't give a fuck about. I just like them. And sometimes that branches into me looking for more content.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of TikTok edits. I watch a lot of fan edits or like fan music videos and stuff like that too. Now their actual content like vlogs and specific things that you can find just of them that isn't like variety show-ish. I have to really like a group to watch those. I can count on one hand plus a few extra fingers the groups that I watch.
Not on one hand.
I can count on two hands.
There you go.
But I mean, come on, I've been listening to K-pop for years. I just have a lot of groups that I do keep track of.
Picky is too harsh a word for what I want to say that you are, but you are selective. You curate for yourself very well. And that's what I do. I just have a broader definition of things that I do enjoy. In some ways, very narrow, because I don't often venture off into like K-R&B or Korean rap or Korean indie music. I've gotten into it. You knew this about me before I was even into K-pop. I just really like club bangers, pop, things that get me on my feet, that I can wiggle my body to, and that I just make me happy.
Do you like really, really hype stuff?
Mm-hmm.
In general, if not K-pop related, I listen to bad bitch music. So any girl talking about like fucking dudes over for money and stuff like that and just having a good time, feminism. Any of that is good. I listen to a ton of metal, and I like to wallow in my sadness and feelings. I listen to a lot of indie alternatives and stuff like that. Those are the genres of music I listen to the most. When it translates to K-pop, I like to be more mellowed out. I've noticed in our taste, especially with a lot of girl group stuff, because boy groups, we've both said it, we don't care, dude. If it sounds good, it sounds good.
You're a lie.
No. I mean, I'm saying the type of boy music that we listen to. I'm not saying I'm more picky with the girl groups I listen to. It's just that it's always surprised what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting out of boy groups.
Right.
There's, Stray Kids aside, there's only so much that they can give me, right? I'm not surprised.
Right.
But with girl groups, they change so often. The concepts will like switch, like it'll be the same concept overall, but the genre of music might be completely different.
Case in point, Weekly's new comeback looks completely different than anything they've ever done before.
Oh my god, I'm salivating thinking about it. Like I really, I'm very excited for it.
Oh, it's gonna be so
Weekly.
good. Stay on Weekly.
Please.
They deserve more. They're underappreciated and underrated.
I think they are. At least I'm not in a place where I hear too much about them. I wish I did. I wish I had a bigger...
I hear more about other groups than I do about them.
Nobody talks about Kaitlin.
Nope.
I like them.
Yeah.
It took me 2 months to finally say that.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
What are their stands called?
I don't fucking know, dude. Do they exist? Is it just me? I don't know. I don't know anything about that part of it.
That's good.
I liked them, though.
No, that's good. They'll be glad to know they have a fan. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that to roast them. I just mean, they worked hard to get where they are, and it's good that somebody out there...
Yeah, maybe I should be more outspoken about it so I can ensure... Oh, but then I'll feel like if they don't make it, it's my fault. I can't do that.
Oh,
see?
The dilemma.
This is what's hard. I try to not take everything that happens to these groups personally, and then I end up taking it personally. That's
like a you problem.
No, it is. That's where I don't want to be. I'm very obsessive.
Right.
I get into things and I like that thing and I hold on to it and I grasp it into my tiny, tiny hands and I just want it forever and it doesn't happen. Rika Rika's gonna make me a stand, dude. The song plays in my head all day. Rika 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 Poo. Rika Rika Rika. Yep.
What
Was that not?
What group was that again?
Was that not Nature?
Yeah.
It was Nature. You were telling me about Nature because you're like, yeah, and I was like, whatever, I don't care.
There's like levels of girl groups, right? And it also has to do with the kind of music they're putting out. But like, there's a whole group of like, they're not super popular, but they're super talented that I would put. I mean, they're gaining popularity, but I would put Billy in there.
Billy's so good.
I would put Weekly in there. I would
Weekly
put
is so good.
Stacy in there.
Stacey's good.
I'm biased. I would put Woo-Ah in there, but I would. These are groups that they don't have a lot of buzz. They're from smaller companies. Stacy is obviously at the top of this section. They're about to move into the ITZY.
I would argue they already have.
No, they have. You're right. I agree, 100%.
And they did that before Stereotyping
Yeah.
came out. Like, I would argue that they're already there.
They are. No, you're right. So we have like ITZY and Stacy and these like bigger fourth gen girl groups, right? I'm only talking about.
When you think of fourth gen, this is who you think of.
Well, I'm limiting it to fourth gen because most third gen groups that are still around are well known enough to be in this top category, anyways. And then you have these medium groups that are kind of underrated for what they bring to the table. There's Woo-Ah. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Weekly, Billy.
Billy is so new, though. I feel like it's a little bit too soon to say. To me, they're still so new. I feel like we look at those things. We look at those things a little bit differently because they just debuted. It's so soon, right? You're talking about groups that just debuted as being medium. They just debuted, but you did speed run everything.
There's a reason why I'm putting them in the medium. It's because of the amount of hype they had over their debut, the amount of people I've heard talking about them, versus groups like Pink Fantasy, Dream Note, Nature, Crazy, or Craxy, whatever that group is. Which, that's not to say these groups aren't talented, but a lot of times their talent can be mismanaged. They're not getting the songs that, like, showed their character the best. Like what I will say about the Crazy, or Craxy, or whatever their name is.
Crazy. It has to be Crazy.
Listen, I'm not going to say it again, but that guy on that music show was, he said Karashi.
We'll cut that out.
Anyways, they are very good on stage, but none of their music has not only not come into my radar, but it hasn't stimulated my ears.
No, they were
Pixie?
They made me look at them when we were watching. I was like, wow, do I like this song? No. Am I paying attention to what they're doing on this stage? Yes.
Yeah. Well, and then Pixie's another one, and obviously in this lower group, there are some that are primed and are about to move into the middle group because we're getting introduced with groups like Rocking Doll and Bugaboo who are coming in, these new, like I said, it's subjective, right?
Yeah.
What you saturate yourself with, you're going to think is more out there, but I think in an objective level, ITZY is obviously more in the public space and the public eye and more popular than most other fourth gen girl groups. I think groups like, what's the one? Black Swan. They are so not in the public eye. They don't get talked about very often. Their production quality is not great because they're from a smaller company. There's an obvious riff there. And
have you listened to Black Swan?
I have. A couple songs. Third Eye, another group that's just kind of, they haven't promoted in a while though. That's the other thing, is COVID really has affected a lot of the normal goings on. And because I became a fan in COVID, I don't know how it's supposed to work or how it's different. Like, you were the one who had to tell me, actually, there's supposed to be a live audience here and it's a lot better.
Oh, because I was saying how I felt so sorry. I was like, they can't even have, like, people. There's groups who have never performed in front of a stage of people.
Right, or, like, had a fan sign. They've had those, like, stupid video call ones.
Bro, if I was on a video call with any of the groups I stand, I would still feel like, oh my gosh, is this accessible to me finally?
Stacy's doing a raffle. It's $17 to enter. They're doing 5 fans per girl. So it's 30 total.
Oh, you should enter the raffle.
I can't choose who I would want to talk to. That's the problem. I like too many of them.
Enter it. How many girls? 6?
There's 6.
Enter 6 times.
It's not worth it to me. The money, that's why I'm still like a casual fan, because I'm very realistic about how I spend my money, and I want to support these people, but I also, like, I have a life, and I have things that take priority. And
I haven't found a cheap hobby yet.
That's called being a nerd. Everything's expensive.
God.
Everything's expensive. Gaming, reading, board games, D&D, Marvel, any kind of superhero comic book.
Girl, you are naming everything I'm into. Keep going. What else?
K-pop, pop punk.
Pop punk is probably the cheapest hobby I have. Tickets are usually not more than $50.
Yeah.
I can see those shows all fucking year round.
Speaking of shows. So, I'm probably not going to have this episode up, but in a week, we are going to go see One Us. Mm-hmm. We're very excited. I'm very excited because, we've seen twice, which I told you. I said, this is going to bring K-pop into reality for me, because before now, it's all been in a screen.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that's different from American artists, but they're speaking English, right? I know geographically, Justin Bieber lives in LA or whatever, so they seem more real to me. That's a place that I've been. So when I see pictures of him there, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, he exists. He's there in the place that I've been.
This is because we can tell that there's a culture barrier, there's a language barrier, there's oceans, and big masses of land.
The biggest ocean.
Yeah, and big masses of land in between us. And so, especially after 2020, it became a more real thing for me. Because I keep saying, I have time to go see this artist. Oh, I'll see GOT7 again. Things like that. And all of a sudden I couldn't, right?
Right.
So
it is very much like we don't know when they'll be here, if they'll be here. It's very much
if
more...
they'll be able to. How is that going to work? Will I be able to? Because over here we were unemployed for so long, and a lot of people are still playing catch up and trying to get stuff situated and together. It's hard. It's confusing, worrying.
But I knew going to Twice was going to bring it into my reality and be like, these are real people. Like, when I went to a Paramore concert, that did it. I mean, it just does for whoever you go see. You're like, oh, this is a real person.
I've seen Fall Out Boy so many times. It's like I don't even notice it anymore. They go on tour, I buy a ticket, I scream and cheer. It's not even... It's like I don't even think they're a band anymore, right? It's just another meeting that I'm going to have.
They're just like friends, yeah. Old friends.
They're literally old friends. I go to these Fall Out Boy concerts so much so that they're one of my favorite bands and I never speak about them.
Right.
I never talk about Fall Out Boy.
Because you don't have to.
I don't have to.
They're there.
It's normal for me.
When you're here, you're family.
Pretty much, I get to hear Pete Wentz babble while everybody else goes and gets a drink of water. He never says any fucking thing of seriousness. It's like, it's just normal for me. I've seen it. That's how I feel. That's how I think it's something like that.
Yeah, but that's how I felt about Twice. Not only the bringing it into reality, like seeing anybody live does, oh, this is a real life human being. But then also bringing South Korean, culture or whatever. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it's so far removed from America, right, that I'm like, oh, that might as well be another planet. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just mean, we're so not used to it that it's not something that we encounter in everyday life. So I'm not always reminded, oh, this is a thing, oh, this is a thing. So when they came here and they're speaking Korean on stage and they're looking Korean on stage and they're here and
it's also the overbearing thing in your head is this probably would not have been possible. Just because they are so far away. They can't just last minute have a quick tour.
Right.
You're not going to run into them on the fucking street.
No.
While they're filming a vlog or something with their management. They're so far away.
Mm-hmm. That really just broke a little bit of the dam for me. But seeing One Us, that's going to do something different because, I have my walls up to boy groups and not on purpose. I don't find them as attractive. I like teeny bopper, high teen, cutesy music better anyways, so the girl groups just fit in more with what I like. boy groups, I was like, I'll get to them when I get to them. And if I don't ever, it's not going to hurt me. And I've gotten into them, and I like them.
It's also a more intimate setting that we're going to be
right.
in. We're going to be
gosh.
in the same building that we saw Paris in. That's standing room only.
We're going to be at most 100 people back from the stage.
At most. Because I know people are going to get there so early. We're not going to make it to the front this time.
No,
I'm not going to promise that. I wouldn't want to be up at the front.
I don't want to. You don't want to get sweat on?
No, dude, I'd be sweat on by any dude or any girl, to be honest. But it's because I'm going in there as a super casual fan. I haven't watched their content. I like their music. Mm-hmm. I'm going in there super casual. Are
we really going to admit that?
It's fine.
On live podcast?
It was a $57 ticket. What was I going to do? Not go? And so it was super affordable. I like their music.
Let's just say, we have both been getting into them, like, we're starting.
Slowly, yeah. So why not go now? This will probably open some things up. Also, it's really cool to go there because after the trauma I got trying to get Twice tickets.
This was so easy.
Twice. This was easy. The show's next week. I just got tickets.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's a very intimate setting.
It's a small venue.
It's the setting I like to see shows in anyways.
Right.
It's at a venue I go see shows in all the time. I'm always noticed by somebody on stage. I make eye contact with people, like that dude from the openers for Paris. When I made eye contact, I was like, this is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life. I quickly fell in love. You know, I was living my YN dream.
As you do. You know what? That's gonna happen.
Somebody's gonna make eye contact with one of us, and
we're gonna get married.
We're gonna get married, obviously, and so it'll be a great start to my YN fig dreams.
Whoever moves to South Korea first has to foot the other person.
Okay, you're going to go first, so thanks.
You're welcome. How do we know that?
Oh, because I'm not going to move there. I'll just come visit you.
Okay.
It's not really a place I want to live in.
See, I don't know if I want to live there either.
But you could at least visit for 5-6 months, and I'll come spend a week with you, or 2, or 3.
But the thing is I keep thinking, do I really want to live there? Do I really want to live far away from my family?
Yeah.
Do I really want to be gone from America, the home that I know and that I'm used to and that I'm comfortable with?
You went away for college. How'd you feel away from home?
I didn't care.
Exactly. You're not going to care this time.
It's different. The culture shock, not having a support system. In college, I still had friends that I could lean on. There, I mean, I'm not saying that I won't make friends, but there's a language barrier. There's the foreign thing barrier. It's going to be a lot different. I'm going to feel more lonely.
You'll feel lonely, but I mean...
But whenever I like talk to myself like this, I realize like I don't want to live there. Like I'm not going to South Korea because I want to be there, because I want to be around South Koreans.
You're going because you just want to experience something new.
No, I want to be in the industry.
Oh, I know that, but it's also going to be a new experience. You could be in the industry here.
But I don't like Hollywood.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, it's not an industry thing. It's somewhere else to be.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
And
thing.
You know what?
It's
I've always felt
thing.
connected to East and Southeast Asian cultures. I don't remember the exact day, but I remember the time frame in my life when my dream destination changed from Italy, France, European countries to East Asian and Southeast Asian countries. Mm-hmm. I started wanting to go to Thailand and to South Korea and to Japan and to China.
Were you a low-key history buff in school?
A little bit.
That's where it happens. I noticed it too. My dream spot in the world has always been places in Europe. I'm not going to say a specific place just because I don't want to. But a European country that I've always wanted to go to. And then slowly but surely it switched to there's different places in Asia I wanted to be to. But then I realized it's just because I like the history there, or I like learning about the history there. Even if the history isn't great there's not great history everywhere. Everyone used to have a king or a queen that slaughtered millions of people for their own gain, right? That's how it happens.
To me, it's because I like the food, I think, mostly.
Mine is the history, because if I was going to teach, it was going to be as a history teacher for that quick, brief moment that I wanted to be a teacher, and then I changed my major twice. But I was like, oh, what places do I like the history the most? What places do I like learning about the most? Where would I get the most out of being able to learn something new? whose history would I be into? And it was always stuck between two countries, one in Europe, one in Asia. So that's just where I liked looking at. And then it helped, though, that when I switched kind of sort of to Asia, I was already into a lot of media that was coming out of different Asian countries. So, but when you move there, you're going to have me there for at least, I could stay a month. What if we went for a summer trip? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ain't no sign. Mm-mm. You need no license. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Okay.
no. What I will say is we are going to start a company. We are going to have a boy group to pay for our girl group, so our girl group doesn't have to
Because
pay for our boy
groups
group.
are allowed to fail and still make money.
Yeah, okay.
If you're in a girl group, you'll get kicked out.
Or souls.
Oh, one of my conspiracies.
Next time on That's Just What I Think. No, but really, shout out to Karen, our sweet supporter who wants us to talk about conspiracy theories. We will be doing that and more throughout. That's, we just talk about what comes into our heads at the moment. So if you're not a fan of rambly podcasts and you're still here, what are you doing? Because that's all we did. And that's all we're going to continue to do.
Yeah, we'll have more structure. Maybe not more structure, but we
Don't
didn't
promise them things.
No. I'm not going to say structure. We didn't know what we were going to talk about because it's the first one. We just wanted to talk and it to come out normally so you could see kind of where we are as people a little bit. It didn't help. I'm sorry about that. But I guess later you'll see where our biases lie, where our tastes lie.
We'll definitely get more organized, but you know what?
There's only going to be 2 or 3 of you listening to this, and after we get, super fucking famous and rich, we're going to delete this, it'll be privated, and only a few of you will know it even existed.
Yeah, Karen and Diana. That's about it.
Thank you, and my mom.
Thank you for your support, and also our other adoring fans. We appreciate you. Check out our Twitter. We'll have polls on there and stuff. I think that's what you do if you have a podcast, so we'll do it too.
Yeah. Even though 2 people will vote on the poll.
You know what?
It's all we need, is a few retweets.
And Donnie will vote.
He hasn't used Twitter that much. We're giving too many of our friends' names away. Oh, I do on Twitter, I follow a lot of different artists, and bands and groups and stuff. So that will also show what I'm personally into sometimes. But I'll also try to retweet and say things about stuff that Kaitlin likes too. It'll probably mostly be my own interest.
This is going to be, look, for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
You really lowballed it there.
Yeah, I said a month or 2.
It's going to be whatever flows the best. And then we're going to figure out what y'all like to listen to, what we like to talk about.
And what we like to talk about, yeah.
Yeah, so welcome to the journey. If you're one of these few early jumpers honors, whatever it's called, early listeners, I guess.
Jumpers honors. If you're a pre-debut stand of our podcast,
indeed, you get the goods, and
if you're one of the lucky people that are gonna get a link to our dumb dance covers.
Why are you promoting that now? It's too soon. Too soon. Look out for that in the future. All right. I guess until next time.
Yeah, next week. Well, we can do this weekly. We don't have any other shit to do. Oh,
weekly. Stand weekly.
Please. I'm gonna
All
say
right,
that every
bye,
time.
y'all.
We did it.